Good day, and this is Verbal Nonsense. And today we bring you the 36-year-old woman arrested for calling 911 after her parents shut off her cell phone. Ohio police said she repeatedly called emergency dispatchers and became belligerent.
I'm a social influencer and they took my phone. No, actually, she was a licensed realtor. 36 years old, licensed realtor, still living at home. She's also a psychology major, still in school. I
Hmm.
I know very little about psychology. You can tell by the way I treat people. But I do know that psychology majors is just a continued thing. You don't take a pause from psychology if you're planning on actually making money at psychology to go get your real estate license. But it doesn't sound like she's good at any of those things since real estate is mostly paid on commission. I could be wrong. I'm not a real estate mycologist, but I don't think mom and dad are really happy about the cell phone.
No,
What do you think she was doing on this cell phone that mom and dad decided, no, we're not paying for this anymore?
I don't know. I mean, one would hope she was using it for her real estate work.
Well, you think so. They do actually air the 911 call, which we will not. We will just make fun of the things that she said. She actually says in the 911 call that she is unable to call her company and she's unable to call friends and family to get help if she needs it. I'm like, you call a 911, you can call for help.
There you go.
There you are. No, the like we were talking earlier, they said that they don't really know how she was calling 911, but most cell phones, even when the service is shut off, it doesn't cut off the signal of the cell phone. It just cuts off access to basically the cell phone service itself, but that does not that it's still left on for emergency services, i.e. 911. So there's that. She was probably using the dead phone to call 911. I imagine she was pushing buttons trying to call people and text people and just got so frustrated that she just used the same phone to call 911. She called many times, according to the article.
Yeah, apparently she thought the lack of a working phone was a legitimate police matter.
Yeah, and then when they threatened to call the police, send the police over there, she legitimately tells the 911 operator, "Can we do this next week? I kind of have to try to get to work." And then she was actually calling for a social worker. You're 36 years old. The social worker that shows up will probably be in their mid 20s. How would that make you feel? It's like, hey,
Oh,
hey, um, I'm here to see. Oh goodness, what was her name? She has a really strange name. I would actually call 911 if my parents gave me this name.
Catarpal.
Katarpal's her last name. Unfortunately, it would be a lot better if it was her first name. It's
Stallone.
Saloni.
Maybe
Saloni.
Solani.
I'm gonna go with Saloni because I imagine her in elementary school, bunch of kids holding hands, dancing around her while she's sitting there crying, calling her Saloni Baloney.
That's where I went with it.
It's pretty amazing stuff. She did get charged with a fourth degree felony for abuse of emergency services. Follow up article. They did. I don't know who paid it. I'm assuming her parents paid for this $2,500 bond to bail her out of jail. But that's
It'd be even funnier if she paid it herself, because if you can afford a $2,500 bond, you can afford your own cell phone service.
I've never actually been to jail. I'm not a policeologist, but I'm not 100% sure that I don't know if you do you actually have to pay bonds or is that what you have to pay if you don't fulfill the agreements of the bond?
Um,
Because I mean,
yeah,
I see
if you
some.
get a bond agent to put up the bond, um, and then if you don't show up for court, that's when they send the bounty hunters after you to.
Dog the bounty hunter. That's easy. I'll just go through like narrow areas with those guys. Just like dance around shopping carts or something. There is actually a follow up story to this. She went to court on the 27th, and she they gave her time served. However, she still has a felony.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on that. There was actually a lot of things going on there. Actually, with this follow up article, I'm going to take a moment to pull that back up because there's some very interesting information and some quotes of the perpetrator. Pretty funny. Did you happen to see this?
I did, and I am also pulling it back up.
Okay. She says she wants to be an average American. She says she wants to be treated fairly and treated as an equal. She says that she has been suffering with ADHD. And sometimes her medication doesn't work and she overreacts to seemingly unimportant things that happen. I think she's misdiagnosed. I don't think it's ADHD.
You know what? I have ADHD, and it will make you emotional, especially if you don't take anything for it. However, I have never gotten so mad that I called 911 for something trivial.
I have learned in my years to take a breath. Sometimes to shut my mouth and walk away until I'm ready to talk about it. Sometimes it takes weeks in order to get there. But yeah, the last people I really want is 911 to send police officers to my house because somebody left only just, I don't know, a quarter teaspoon of mayonnaise in the jar. Or I can't access Twitter. She says she's embarrassed to show her face in town. She says things are awful for her since this story has broke out. And rightfully so. I'm going to say that the internet is forever. And if you want the privacy that she's demanding, go find a black hole and put a mailbox out there. Because
that's the only way you're going to get it.
People like us are going to find it hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. She says that she called 911 because she didn't want her cell phone service to be cut off while she was working as a real estate agent on her laptop computer. This is new news to me. I don't know how I didn't read this before. I'm assuming she was a work from mom and dad's home real estate agent. I've looked on Indeed.com for work from mom and dad's home job opportunities. I never found one. So really, she's really living large. That's a very sought after job in a very narrow job market and probably highly competitive.
First of all, I mean, all right, she's working as a real estate agent
from home.
Now she's living with her parents.
Yeah, from mom and dad's home.
How can you not pay for your own? How can you not afford your own cell phone? What are you doing with that money?
Obviously, not selling any homes.
Apparently,
best of luck to her. She needs it. Now she's a felon, a convicted felon. They gave her 40 hours of community service. They did not drop the charges from what I saw. They did give her time served, but apparently she still has those charges.
And a $200 fine.
Yeah, and a $200 fine. So between $2,500 and $200, that's like, I don't know.
How's she going to pay that fine? She can't even pay her own cell phone bill.
That's like 2 years of cell phone payments, things, bills. I don't know.
And she has to continue her mental health counseling.
really think she was on it. Just saying. Just saying. And that's all I've got to say about it. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn some more about it, I highly suggest that you continue searching on Google about this quacker. And also, if you want me to give you more insight on it, follow our social media links are down in the description. Like and subscribe. And
Thanks for watching.
good night.